Hello and welcome back to another episode of the CDNN. We have a great episode planned for you today. First up, let's...
Wait. But before we start, I forgot something.
Wait, Will, what's this?
Well, that would be my resignation notice. It's been great to have a chance to return as host of the CDNN at the start of Survival 6, but for now, it's time for me to take a step back, so to both of you, best of luck. And one more thing, I did find a replacement for you two.
Oh, a new host? Who is it?
Howdy, everyone! It's Nars, your new host for the CDNN. Without further ado, let's get into this month's episode.
First up for today, XP gets a behind-the-scenes look at them all with Princess and KFR. Let's see what they have found out.
Alright, so I am here today with KFR 4014. Hello and welcome to the CDNN.
Thank you, XP.
And we're here for a little special segment from the mall because KFR is going to tell us a little bit about how the mall was actually built by the creative team.
And all the kind of the funny things that happen along the way.
Yes, we'd love to hear those.
So you want to start here, XP, in front of the giant chest, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of the big landmarks of the malls, I should say. Pretty sure everyone has seen this giant chest if they have been to the mall.
Yeah, I gotta say this. I was saying to you guys earlier. It's kind of funny. This we built this by hand. I took a picture of a chest and I built it block by block one night just for fun. I wasn't even sure if it was gonna work. I built it on a 45-degree angle, from scratch. Of course, later on, everyone's like, "Why don't you just build it flat and then turn it with World Edit?" Completely forgot about World Edit. Completely forgot about World Edit.
Oh no. Well, that for sure was quite a bit of work then.
It was fun. It was mindless task of just sitting there placing blocks. So, but I gotta say, we had this idea, and then we had an idea of doing mimics at one point. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever played D&D, because I haven't.
Personally, I haven't either.
But apparently, mimics are just monsters that look like other items, so we couldn't have that in Minecraft. But we had the next best thing. We might have borrowed a couple of monsters from the Minecraft world throughout our little building. I believe it was Sky that kind of took the lead on building these lovely characters of ours.
Nice. So, why don't you tell us a little bit of how the general idea of this mall maybe came to be, and like how you started really approaching the build of the mall?
Well, I wasn't here at the very beginning. In the beginning, Princess, Dutch, Etta, and Tiger were kind of here in the beginning of the creation of the mall, looking for different ideas. Princess threw out the idea of a game board. So this is where we ended up. We ended up with a Monopoly game board-esque item. And with no other suggestions that seemed viable, they started going for it. Etta, Dutch, and Princess were the ones that began it. I joined in after completing a few other DCT projects myself that were due to be on the server earlier on in the season, which was fantastic. So when we came to join this,
Nice.
We had the glass down and we had the rough plot set up, but there was a lot more work to get through. So, but we at the time we had all of the rough outlines. So I will get, it was Princess and Dutch that kind of came to the general size and layout that the mall started out at, and then later on we added some extra plots. So it started out just in the beginning as like a simple, I think it was like 88 plots, and then it grew from there. And we brought on more players. Fangs of Ember came in to build some items like the Ren pile you see in the background. We brought in Fangs to help with that. JV Kermit came in and helped out with a couple of the void effects in between the mall plots themselves. Zach came in and did the amazing dioramas that we have. Skyhook came in, like I said before, and did the mimics in here and other items. There are so many people that I cannot think of. We have them all listed inside of the bank, actually.
Nice. Yeah, so obviously a lot of people working together on such a big project.
Oh yeah, a lot of people
finished.
got involved. A lot of creative builders. A lot of inspiration came from everywhere. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good jokes. A lot of fun was had during this whole process, and a lot of referencing the actual game board. I had to go dig mine out of
Nice.
out of storage to go look at it.
Oh yeah, nice. So you mentioned the number of plots you started off with. Do you know how many plots we ended up with? How many plots total there are at the moment?
What do I think? I think we're up at like 130 something plots, 128 plots.
Nice.
128 plots, and then we designated 4 plots, one in each corner, that would be for admin use. So obviously community chest, the actual community chest plot, is one of those admin plots, and then we have 3 others scattered throughout the mall that there are future plans to do some builds on for the server.
Nice. Yeah. So with all of this work going in and all of these amazing builds here, and you said before a lot of fun was had. So what kind of fun things happened during such a project?
Well, if you look in front of you, we have this layout of the cog and the cog with the bone and pickaxe. If you recognize it, it's the same logo that's above the lobby when you first log onto the server. So during the process of building, we were trying to find the schematic of this. We're trying to find the layout that would allow us to put this into the mall. We went through so many schematics, we couldn't find it. Meanwhile, Zach is listening to us do this. We finally give up. We condemn ourselves to having to do a block-by-block analysis of the lobby to get this rebuilt. When Zach comes in and goes, "It's done," we all kind of look at Zach and go, "Zach, what do you mean it's done?" He goes, "Oh, I rebuilt the whole thing in the last 2 hours." He somehow took screenshots, took measurements from the lobby, and rebuilt the cog, bone, and pickaxe pixel perfect on the server for us to use in the mall.
Oh wow, that's quite an effort.
Again, it was just absolutely amazing to be like 2 hours. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's done," or even 3 hours. It was still like, "Zach, you can't be serious." Well, he was.
Yeah, we can clearly see that.
So that was one of the instances. Yeah, I will say one thing we did try. I don't know if anyone we tried to do this time. I never did it before. We did a 3D void effect. We tried to.
Yes.
Not sure how well it worked out. We were pleased with the way it turned out. But yeah, this was the first time this was another like copy and pasted it, but then each one of these corners was done block by block. So the mixing was all done by the players, not with World Edit.
Hello, Princess.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing good. We're just doing a little bit of the history of how the mall was built for the CDNN.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, it was a roller coaster of emotions putting them all together. So some ups, some downs, some good, some bad. What you want to know?
I mean, preferably all of it, of course, but like,
Oh, we'd be here for hours.
yeah, yeah. I have the feeling that we wouldn't be able to fit that in an episode. So
Yeah, probably not.
yeah. Also, this corner has some like some strange things to it. People have noticed that we have some
Go away.
some
Leave it alone. Get away from it. Get away from it.
Don't touch it. You might get zapped.
So maybe you can tell us what that's all about, because I know
Right.
people have seen this, have run into this, and have wondered.
Okay, so in the building process, we originally had some armor stands. This one in particular, what was it? Doc Holliday is supposed to be standing here inside of these blocks. The blocks were put in place to protect him, so that nobody could mess with it or break it or destroy it in any way possible. Just extra precautions. And then the other one that's over there somewhere is supposed to be Ren the Kid doing their duel back in Hermitcraft season 7. So those were some
wow.
early episodes of season 7.
Yeah. So it seems unfortunately they didn't make it.
Yeah, somehow I still haven't quite figured out how they didn't make it. But I do have plans to come in here and put them where they're supposed to be. So if one day you're wandering through the mall and you see Doc Holliday and Ren the Kid, it'll be because I finally had the extra free time to place them.
Should say the armor stands. If you see them walking around, call us.
Yeah, if you see them, we might have some issues if they're walking around the mall. But if they're inside, if they're armor stands and just in this little corner, then yes, we should stop by and say hello.
Nice. So you headmods have agreed to let us film a little bit on the actual BCT server, which is a separate server where this was all built before it got put into the actual Dogcraft server.
Yes, there you'll get to see the mall in its final stage. You'll get to see the armor stands that are supposed to be here. And you'll also get to see things that were not included in the mall build. Or at least in the final version of it. So shall we head over there now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should. All right.
Here we are. Welcome to the DCT server. This is where all of our events and server builds are created.
Nice. Yeah, and we can immediately see the armor stands that are missing in the actual mall are in fact present.
Yeah, there might be a few extra like entities. Like if you come into the saloon, you'll see that this was done to scale, exact replica of the saloon in Rin's videos. However, we did add some additions on the top floor. Ren, I'm sure for video editing and purposes, saving time, he did not decorate the top floor, but we did. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, these are complete replicas. Yeah, and unfortunately, like I said, I think the paintings didn't make it either, but they will. They'll be there eventually one day. I'll get around to it.
Again, you got this. I think you and Briggs got this done like what, one night? I think these two builds ended up.
Everything except for the top floor, because that's when we had a few extra hands to come in and fill in that extra space up there. So
that took like 15 minutes to get when 5 people were working on it.
Oh yeah, no. Briggs and I, we worked really well putting this together. And where we actually built it is not right here. It's actually behind us on the wall. There's quite a few things back there that didn't make it into the mall. If you want a little sneak peek, we can hop on over the wall.
That would be great.
Well, let's come on out and up and open.
Went over.
Yes, of course, this is a creative server, so we all
Yes.
Well, this is allowed.
creative flight here.
These are where they were actually built, and then they were just copied and pasted into place. We have a few Ren statues. We thought, hey, in one of the corners we could put a Ren statue. KFR, would you like to tell us a little bit more about your statues?
Oh, it's easy to build things flat, of course. So we started out building a nice flat Ren statue, and I thought I'd get creative and use the command rotate in World Edit to rotate the Ren statue 45 degrees. After doing that, we determined that would not end up looking decent.
Yeah, that's not up to decent specs.
It looks a little bit weird.
That was
A
put off to
very
the side.
scary day.
Is it on par with my rabbit?
I think I like Ren better than your rabbit. Yeah. Yeah. So we end up not putting Ren in the corner, in the western corner. We decided to. We tried replicating a Monopoly board without replicating a Monopoly board, right? So we don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
We don't want to do infringe on copyrights or trademarks or anything of that sort. So we had to be very, very careful. So on an actual Monopoly board, that corner is a go to jail corner. It's a police officer and he's pointing to the jail corner. So we thought, why not put it in the sheriff's office? I mean, there is a jail cell there, but and then of course once we got to thinking about that, I remembered about Ren and Doc's duel and Western Little City, and so we decided to put that there. But on a more technical side of things, over here we have a plot layout in different sections and different designs.
You asked about the earlier designs, XP. This was part of it.
These were some. Yeah, these were a part of it. We were contemplating doing different seismal plots, having them all perfectly aligned, but all the same size. And then ultimately, and due to technicalities, we decided to go with the offset, but all the same size.
Nice. Yes.
So these were just some mock-ups that we worked with to Marbu actually came up with these and helped put these together for us. So a lot of thanks goes to his hard work and time here.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely a big plus point for this mall is the amount of freedom that the players get. I know that quite a few people were not very happy with the fixed uneditable facades that the last mall had.
It's been a trial and error every season to see what works, see what doesn't, and so this one we wanted to bring back the creative freedom. If somebody wants to build a bowl, they can build a bowl. If they want to build a house, they can build a house. If they want to build a tower, they can. Matter of fact, I think this season we already have a UFO that's abducting folks. So we play Minecraft. It's a creative game, and we wanted to bring that back to the mall. Let the players have the creativity to make their shops just about anything they want, as long as it follows the server rules.
Yes, nice. Yeah. That's definitely a great thing.
We had a few versions of houses and hotels as well. Those are some of the quote houses that you're seeing.
These houses.
These were really beautiful houses here.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I wish we would have been able to use these, and we might still. You might see these in a future build because that's something that the DCT will do. We have all these concept designs built for a project, and if they don't get included in one build, they might get put into a future build.
Yeah, great to learn about all of these details and how this comes together, how such a large project really comes together, because this has to be like this has to be like a very, very large project doing like the entire mall.
Oh,
light,
yeah.
many hands make light work, I will say.
That is true. That is
Oh,
true.
yes, of
And
course.
that's why I keep trying to praise the team, because they really did most of the work. I would come in and, you know, hadn't been on the DCT server for maybe a couple of days, and I would come in and they had all these things built, and hey, what do you think of this? Hey, what do you think of that? And I would kind of get to go around and look at things that they had done and you know, praise them because they did something amazing, or try to softly and gently say, I don't think that's gonna work, guys.
I will say, it was Fangs. On a whim one night, me and Fangs decided, I had the idea with Fangs to do the Ren coin, and Fangs in one night started doing the Ren pile. The Ren pile came over from the original game board. So as you've gathered, we've had many iterations of the game board to the point where Princess has had us restart it. Fangs built the Ren pile, all the coins on it, and that has not changed from the beginning. That was one of the first pieces put on the board, and it has remained ever since.
Yes.
I think it's the only piece of the original board that's still here.
The coins, and I think where the colors merge. I think those were the original. Are you lost again?
No, I just realized this was the original jailhouse build.
Oh, yeah.
That was the original floor that was there before the void effect came in.
Oh, right. Yes, this is the original one that I just fell in love with. It's like, we are keeping this effect with the glass.
Oh, yeah.
A little tidbit: if you this bridge and little island and the other little island with the tree, if you've never been there, Dogcraft does have a jail server. If a player gets in trouble, maybe isn't responding to staff or something, we have the ability to put them in jail, and this is what they see. Now, this is a little bit more nicer, decorative version of it, but this is what our /jail server looks like.
Nice.
Just a bridge and two little islands. I have a wonderful staff team that really do put in a lot of work to help me keep track of a lot of things. So then one little last note here. Not only do I give a huge thanks to the DCT team for putting in all the hours and all the time, the work that they've done here to make this mall as amazing as it is, I have to give a huge thanks to my staff team, who also have to put in a lot of hours work, and I'm sure some frustrating times. The staff team is amazing, and ultimately they have to put up with me sometimes. So, well, they have to put up with me all the time, but nonetheless, you get what I'm saying. They have to deal with me. So thank you guys. Thank you all very, very much.
Well, I think it's quite fitting that we are at as you say, one of the locations in the mall that was finished pretty much last. And I think here we are going to finish this segment. So thank you, Princess and KFR, for joining me and telling me a little bit about the story of how this mall came to be, and of course telling the audience.
Yes, thank you guys. We're glad to bring you along and show you the behind the scenes. We might have to do these on some other future projects. Might bring you guys in for more behind the scenes for Dogcraft events and projects and server builds. Yeah.
I'm sure that would be very nice, and the viewers would very much appreciate that. Yes.
Yes. Viewers, if you like this and you want to see more, let us know.
So, Monty, do you know who your neighbors are?
No, I don't. I don't recognize anyone who lives around me. We've been getting so many new players, it's quite hard to keep up.
Fear not, my friend. Mars has been going out and meeting new cyberdogs. Let's see who these new cyberdogs are.
Dogcraft sees many new cyberdogs, and the CDN is curious about these new members. First, we're talking to someone we've seen on the show before, Kurstles. Thanks for meeting with us again, Kurstles.
No, lovely to be here again.
So we just have a few questions. Where did you learn about the server?
Well, I had been away from playing Minecraft for a few years. Originally, there was a creator I used to watch called The Little One. And recently, I'd say about November-ish, I came back into watching him and realized about the Life series. And through all that, and I started watching Secret Life, all that kind of stuff. And then went back to the earlier series and found out about Rendog. And ended up liking their dynamic together, and then ended up watching more of his content, and then I realized he had a server. So I was like, oh, I might as well try that out, and I've been here ever since.
Well, what was your first impression of the server itself?
I don't know, I mean, I came into current survival, so very, very new to how things are done. I didn't know what kind of plugins and stuff that were on here, so it was nice to find out that things were protected, like your builds and stuff. There were specific things that were being done to like the end and like the nether and stuff like that. I've been on servers before that are similar to this, like have a survival based design to it, and I've never seen really, really organized like builds to this extent, and that was a very nice thing to see as I popped in.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous, the spawn sites. Well, we may know this already, but what are you doing at the moment? What is your big project right now?
Currently, my big project I'm trying to do is like a theme park. Basically, because the server is dog related to the two worlds that we have, I'm trying to do it dog related for that.
A lot of people are very interested in theme parks.
I had been thinking about, if I get around to it, is like making a couple of plots where people could maybe come and build their like own rides, or like build theme park related builds, whether they're like statues or like even like rides you can't really use, but just like are decoration based, I suppose. It's been an idea for a while, but I'm still working on the foundation of the theme park, so I haven't quite got there yet.
So that being said, what are your plans for the future?
I mean, I have had a couple people come to me asking for things that they want me to build in their sections. I know one of them is in Tattington. And
that's super cool.
Yeah, that's going to be super cool. I've been trying to design something in my own creative world for a little bit, but I've obviously been a bit busy, so I haven't gotten down to too much with that. And someone else wanted me to build another stage similar to the one that was in Shelty.
They must have seen your work and were like, oh man, I really need that. I want that in my area. That's super cool. You're making connections and you're meeting new friends. Well, thank you so much for meeting with us, Kurstles. That's all the questions that I have.
Of course, it's lovely to be here.
Another new cyber dog we're meeting is Avikolo. Thank you so much for coming to the CDNN HQ, Avi.
Thanks for having me.
First question we have on the docket. Where did you learn about the server?
So I was watching a Ren stream. I think I joined in March. So it was probably in the beginning of March sometime. And I knew he had a server before that, but I didn't realize that it was for everyone and it wasn't just like a Patreon only thing.
So what was your first impression of the server?
To be honest, I was very overwhelmed by spawn.
Yeah, it's very cool and very busy.
Yeah, I knew that, spawn would be like that because it is on most servers. But honestly, I was just really pleasantly surprised on how kind and helpful everyone was. There's no stupid questions, and everyone was just so welcoming. And I think I drowned myself in a pond because I ran out of food. Like I didn't have any food and I couldn't run anymore. And somebody just showed up and gave me carrots, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is great.
So you've been here for a little bit. What are you doing now? Do you have any builds or projects that you want to talk about or show us?
So I'm kind of in a lull. Between, I've done a lot of like the starter farms that you always want to do, and like I've got my main house built. So now I'm like in between procrastinating on things like terraforming and interiors and that kind of thing, and I don't really know what my next big thing's gonna be.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I know that there's like, whenever you first start, there's that big rush to get started and get everything. But now that you're comfortable, you're like, okay, what do? What do now?
Yeah, there's like, I know that I need to terraform around the edges and do those things, but I just have to find a day where I can just like put my head down and do it for a couple hours and get in the groove.
Just get your button gear.
Yeah.
Well, that's for the near future. Do you have any like far future plans or things that you're looking forward to that the server is doing?
So somebody had approached me about helping with a community city like type thing, but that's like in the very infancies. And so not much has happened there, but I am really excited to kind of get involved in community things and build in styles that I've never built in before, because I've actually not played Minecraft for that long compared to a lot of other people. I'm kind of stuck to run-of-the-mill fantasy medieval tutorials, and like that's what I've learned off of. And so I've never done modern or like a giant castle or anything like that. And so I think I really just want to expand my building skills, but I haven't made any definitive plans per se.
Stepping out of your comfort zone is really exciting. So I hope that you get to do that because it's really fun. I'm really excited to do the same thing as well. That is actually all of the questions. Thank you again for meeting with us.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Wow, these new cyberdogs are fitting right in. Say, Nars, what's your favorite thing to decorate your base with?
Well, I'd like to think I'd decorate using teacups, but alas, all I have are these heads.
What a coincidence! Monty has gone over to ChargedBluey's Head Museum. Let's see if Monty has learned any new decorating tips.
So as you probably know, Dogcraft has a custom head plugin, and that allows players to get all sorts of heads from mob drops. We're here with ChargedBluey today, who has perhaps the biggest collection of heads on the entire server. It is quite something. Welcome to the CDNN, Bluey. Great to have you.
Thank you for having me. And I think you hit the nail on the head there. It probably is the largest head collection on the server. I believe I need around 43 to 50 more heads until this should be fully complete.
So you're getting there now. I mean, not long to go, considering you've already got well over 300.
I, in this initial post, said that there was around 400. Now, from my extensive mob killing, and when I say extensive, I've killed a little over 30,000 total mobs on this quest.
There's no such thing as a guilt-free head collection.
Oh, no. Not at all. I mean, Allays, for instance, you know, the cute little blue fairy little things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've killed 229 of those in the quest to get all 7 of their heads.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yeah, well, this is the I don't know how to put this room. It's the show-off room, I guess I will call this one, because I'm going to eventually have all the armor trims in netherite, and I will have all of the golden heads. Over on the other side of the room is a special item that's rewarded for patrons, and they're the plushies, and the plushies are incredible.
Awesome
This
stuff.
the server just keeps on giving, and I can't be happier.
We want to head over and check those out now?
Yeah, let's have a look. It's just over this short way. We come past our event heads from events that get put on throughout the year from our lovely build team and events team.
Yeah.
On the far left, we have the Valentine's LA heads. Next to that, we have the Easter Fabergé prize head. And these two heads, a train engine and a train car from the Retriever and Sheltie Grand Central train station opening, which is the community main train stations on the servers. Incredible builds, really are, and useful for transport.
Absolutely.
Now, into the actual main hall is the Grand Collection.
There are a lot of heads in here.
Yes. Yes. Now, I stated that there is 336 heads in this room right here. The golden heads aren't counted on that total. There's like 11 over there. The charged creeper one, wasn't too hard. The creeper, I should say, from the charged creeper, which is bottom middle, is the vanilla head. And yes, that is the total amount of creeper heads. The very top two are from charged creepers. And yes, that one is eerily similar to my skin.
It looks very like you, yeah.
Yeah, it's when that dropped, I really thought, I was like, hang on a minute. It's sadly not me, as we can see, but it's close. Now, this is where I need the people of the server. This dragon head, there is a blue and black one. If anybody has managed to drop it and wants to sell it, come talk to me. Apparently, there's a couple more shulker heads, but these are quite difficult to get.
The cake one is very out there.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one before. It's a bit of fun.
The cake one is brilliant. Yeah, I love that one. I do have no spares of that one. Underneath each head, I've got a secret chest where I put the spares. And if somebody wants one, I'll give them away. Now, I'm not going to give one person every head. Yeah, just if somebody wants a head, come speak to me. I'll give them you.
There you go. You heard it first here.
Yeah.
So are you referring to a document when you're trying to get all these heads, or is it just like trial and error, just trying to find these?
So when I had a conversation with my source, which shall remain nameless, I have in front of me 2 double-sided page lined paper and another single page of every single mob wrote down. I've got lines, normal head, alternate head, plushie, skeleton head for some of them. And I put the time and effort into this list. And when I spoke to my source, I wrote on the one side how many total heads that my source was telling me was for that mob. So to begin with, it was trial and error. By the time I spoke to my source, I had around 250 heads. And that helped me get a lot further. Like I said, there are a couple of mobs where I have no idea how many heads there are. So I'm just going to have to keep killing them to just find out, trial and error.
So it is a whole operation to get a collection this big, like a lot of dedication.
I've put in the effort, I've put in the work, because it is. I enjoy this. It's fun. There's a few heads we're coming up to that I definitely want to point out. Like if you spin around, Mr. Camera Lady, this head is probably Summer's favorite.
I was going to say, I feel like Summer and Endor would like this one.
Everybody knows that Summer loves their unicorns. One thing to actually mention about these heads in this museum, you may notice a lot of these half and half heads where it looks like a half robot, you could say, or maybe a cyborg, for cyber dogs. I wonder how many of you actually put that connection together. I didn't, I had to be told.
Definitely not me. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, little funny Easter egg. If anybody was wondering about that.
Very cool.
Anybody familiar with Perry the Platypus?
Oh, yes.
All he needed was the fedora. But it's free for anybody to come and visit. There is a P-Home. It is in the P-Home list. The first one. As soon as you do /P-Home list, it's the first one there.
Yeah, ChargedBluey.headmuseum. We'll put it up in the video right now as well. Pop it up on screen so people can see.
Yeah, it's got dashes in the head. It's -head -museum-.
Awesome stuff. I mean, it is just probably one of those places that can't really do justice through like a video. So it's really something that people should come to in game and check out themselves. They can wander around everything.
Absolutely, and we haven't shown off every head. You might see briefly every head, but yeah, really come and have a look at them because some of these are incredible. And I encourage anybody to, to start collecting some. As I said, if you want any, give me a shout. If you have one that I don't have, please get in touch.
Awesome stuff. Well, it's been a privilege having you on the CDNN here, Bluey. Is there any last things you want to say to everyone?
Just I hope you enjoy this walk around of something that I have taken much pride in. It's been a grueling effort. I've had help. I just wanted to show it off, so I appreciate the opportunity to come and show this off as well.
Thanks so much, Bluey. It's been great having you here. See you around.
Bye.
Wow, what a great collection. There's so many cool heads.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Choo choo.
Oh, that's right, XP. We have to catch a train and see what's happening with the SRN.
Yes, this is it. Hey Cyberdogs, let's take a look at what the Survival Rail Network has been up to in the last month.
We opened up 4 new stations this month in 2 separate line opening events. The first was held on the 4th of May and was hosted by myself, Maddie Monster, and tijnybricks. In it, players rode the rails to the second station on the Retriever South Line, Rougemount Station, before taking the Retriever Ring Line to Red King's Rest, the base of Maddie and Tiny.
So I think we're ready to open.
Let's do it.
Hey!
Lots of fireworks.
Hey!
Oh wait,
open!
they're coming out of the ground as well.
Hello everyone, today I am Orem and I are going to be opening stations that we have been building. I have built Banner Station and Orem have built a station at their base called Brickshire. I don't really know.
Go with Brickshire.
Brickshire. Yeah.
Later on in May, Shelty would also see another opening. This time it was hosted by Harry Kimichi and I'm Orem. Players started at Grand Central and rode to Canal Station before branching off the main line to Orem's base, Brickshire. After returning to Canal Station, players set off towards Banner Station, the second station on the Shelty South Line, which also doubles as a community banner gallery.
Also this month, we finally unveiled the 2 new network maps for the SRN. We are anticipating large networks on both worlds this time, so we have started with 3x3 maps this season. A huge thank you to It's the Creeper for organizing the Retriever map, and a huge thanks to HD Kamichi for managing the Shelty one.
As we head into these summer months, there's so many stations in the works, I can't wait to see how they all come together. This is the SRN team signing off. See you next time. Choo choo!
Well, there you have it, folks. That's a wrap on another installment of the CDNN.
Thanks so much for your continued support of the series, and remember, if you have something you want to show off, be it a build, an event, or anything else, please reach out to a CDNN member or use our CDNN submission form, which can be found in the description below.
See you all in the next one, Cyberdogs. Bye!